Welcome each and every one of you to episode number 9 of my run through Resident Evil 4. If you watched closely, you saw the little bar on the bottom below for a moment. That is because I'm not actually talking while I'm playing. I am right now watching how I played Resident Evil 4 and commenting it. And this is actually like the third attempt of doing this episode. Just because I'm stupid. The first time I played it 2 days ago, I wanted to save the video so I can upload it. So I could have uploaded it yesterday, but yesterday I realized I just saved the game and forget to save the recording. So I went on my fun save file, where I just do a Resident Evil 4 one for fun, and I played it until the point I reached the same point where I was on my run I'm recording, and then I just played it on that save file. So after this episode I'm going back on my original save file I'm using for the run. So the second time I just played and I simply forget to plug in my microphone, so I sat here and talked thinking that I'm talking to you guys, but actually I didn't. So the reason why I'm staying there is because I'm talking while I'm playing. While I played that, I talked also about the same things I'm talking about right now. And now I finally get on the thing. So what you want to do here is you want to shoot the guys that are on the other things that go up, and also on the left side there are some on positions. I am going to die here because Ashley gets hit by an axe, which is completely my fault. This is extremely stupid because I was way too slow by killing the guy on the left side. Yeah, as you see, I'm just going to continue, and I'm going to that thing again and do it a little bit better. I actually get hit once again, which is stupid because you shouldn't get hit at that point. And I want to talk about the reason why I take the TMP. You see the guys die one hit, no matter which weapon you use. So the TMP is the ideal weapon for that scenario, as a single bullet of the TMP is worth less than a single bullet of any other weapon in the game. Even though the TMP is one of the strongest weapons, if not the strongest weapon in my opinion, it is really, if you use it frequently, you will run out of ammo extremely fast. But at places like that, where a single shot makes the difference, at places like that, you most likely want to use the TMP. Yeah, just because it's the most efficient way to play this off. So right there I struggle a little bit with aiming actually. So I just try to spray and pray, but it doesn't work. So now I'm going back to that guy on the left. Still having trouble to aim at him, but now I got him. And that guy just was fast enough to throw his axe and get me, which was a little bit unfortunate, but not too bad. Ashley didn't get hit, so she's still alive. So what we want to do at that place where we are right now, the last boss of the village, Mendez, is going to show up. Before we go to Mendez, we do a little optional thing where we get a little treasure. So yeah, that was that section of the game. And after we have defeated Mendez, we can go actually into the next part of the game, which is the second of 3 parts the complete game consists of. The first part is the village, and the second part is the castle. The third and last part is the island. So we are about to get into the castle after we have defeated Mendez. Also, you don't quite get the same experience of the actual run by seeing this, because yeah, I'm doing the same places, but my weapons are actually stronger. Because on this playthrough, I decided to take the starter shotgun and the starter um, hunting rifle, the sniping rifle. So I already started to upgrade those. So my sniper rifle and my shotgun especially are way stronger, like as than our weapons on our original game file, which we will go back later, like next episode. And yeah, I didn't talk about that, but down there you saw again a guy with dynamite. He tried to throw it at us. We shot at the dynamite while I was mid-air, and that's usually the thing you wanna do if there are enemies with dynamite, because the I talked about that earlier. The hitbox of the explosions are kind of weird, as they are bigger for the enemies than they are for you. So usually you are able to kill a lot of enemies by doing that without getting harmed yourself. And it's way easier than it looks, because the moment the guys release their dynamites to throw it at you, the hurt box of the dynamite kind of gets a little bit bigger. So you can, even though it looks small, it's technically not that small, and it's kind of easy to hit. You just have to aim in the general direction of it. So don't be afraid of trying that out. It's not that hard. So at that point I don't want to save. I accidentally clicked on that. Because of the fact that on this run my weapons are stronger, I need way less ammo to kill my enemies, which resulted in me having even more problems with my storage than I have on my original game file. So that guy doesn't has to offer any new stuff to us, so we just ignore him for now. And now we're almost in the boss fight with Mendez. And if I remember correctly, I died here once. And I died really stupid, and I will talk about that in a moment. But first of all, one of the coolest, if not the coolest cutscenes of the whole game is going to start, showcasing one of my favorite characters, Mendez. And it's really fucking badass. So watch carefully. So if you would have failed that cutscene, that quick time event, we would have died. He would have snipped our neck, and yeah, that would be it. So yeah, this is the first fight of the battle. In that phase, you have to shoot his spine, as you can see. Right here, I just got caught by this grab attack. That's kind of dangerous. If you get cornered by him and you try to run past him, sometimes he is doing that grab attack, which is really hard to avoid in a scenario where he corners you. So right now I'm going to take the yellow herb that is up there and use it to heal myself up, together with the already green-red combination that I had in my inventory to get full health and also extending my maximum health bar. So what you want to do in this at this place is you wanna shoot the his spine, and if you get enough hits on the spine fast enough, he is going to kind of collapse. His upper body is falling back, and if that happens, you want to go in and hit him with your knife, as the knife does a lot of damage to his spine. But usually it's hard. It's really risky to hit him with the knife. So here you see it, and then here you have some free hits with your knife, and they are doing a lot of damage. So now I did a crucial mistake. I put out my shotgun, which is okay as the shotgun is upgraded, it does a lot of damage, but which I didn't realize at that point was that I don't have much ammo for my shotgun left. So these 4 rounds are my last rounds. And actually I really like to use the shotgun a lot in the second phase. So that kind of throws me off a lot. So I just did my last shot of the shotgun, and now the second phase begins, and I realize that I don't have any ammo left for my shotgun. I try to reload right now and realize it, and well, that is basically the fuck me moment. I really like to use the shotgun in this phase. I mean, it's okay with other weapons, but that kind of threw me off a lot. I also realized that I haven't combined my TMP with the shoulder. Oh, with the shoulder part of my TMP. That was my cell phone falling on the ground. So yeah, I got hit again while I was confused, so I'm running around searching for the herbs that are placed in this boss fight to heal myself up a bit. Now I found shotgun ammunition, but my inventory is completely stuffed full, so yeah. Also, I'm just running in the fire, which is stupid as well. So right now I realize I maybe should just use the healing and try to go back for the shotgun ammunition, but he is kind of guarding it, and I still try to get it and get hit again. So the healing I just got is now like gone, and I get hit again, so I'm almost dead again. No healing left. Now I have shotgun ammunition, but I don't really have the time to reload, so I just try to do like a last resort and try to use the TMP to deal as much damage as I can. Now I try to swap to the shotgun, but then I again realize I don't have any ammunition, so I swap to the I haven't reloaded yet, so I swap back to the normal pistol and try to work with that. I dodged one attack, but now I'm cornered and didn't even try to dodge. I don't know why. I kinda just in my mind I already lost the fight because of all that stuff happening that I didn't expect it, starting with me using all the last rounds of the shotgun without realizing that I don't have any more left. So this is like almost perfect example of how you don't want to play this boss fight. I kind of confused myself. I hadn't the ammunition I wanted in the path I wanted it, and yeah, I basically fucked up really fucking badly. So now this time it's going a lot better. This time I actually showcase how you should do this boss. Also, one thing to mention, and now I'm going to use the rifle again. So this right now is like my first mistake, and the only mistake. I tried to shoot 2 times, but now I'm cornered, and he does the grab attack and deals a little bit of damage, which is really unfortunate. I just should have been satisfied with one shot at that at the beginning. So, and the reason this goes so well with the sniper rifle right now is because I upgraded this sniper rifle, so it deals really a lot of damage. So here I didn't fail the quick time event. And you see that went really smooth, really fast. I didn't lost a lot of rounds. I just shot several with my shot several shots of my sniping rifle. I did miss one shot. I used a lot of my knife. So that was a like really good first phase. So right now I'm running around. I'm searching for the yellow herb again. I just ran to the left, even though I knew it was on the right side. So I want to heal up at that point just to be safe, because the next hit would kill me. You see now I swap on my shotgun, being aware of me having 10 rounds of my shotgun, taking the extra shotgun rounds, running stupidly in the fire again, but it isn't a big deal. And like, okay, one more mistake is going to happen, because I kind of miscalculate. Because what you want to do in this phase is you want to do a lot of damage to him, and if you do enough, he can be staggered. Especially with the shotgun, he can be staggered really easily. And I was extremely sure that the shotgun shot would have staggered him, but it wasn't the case. So I took another hit. Not great, but not too bad either. At that point, I'm just using the completely busted TMP, because actually the TMP is so strong in this game. You can dish out so much damage. As you can see, he's already dead. Most of the stuff is, I did with the shotgun, with the TMP. The reason for that is simply the TMP can dish out so much damage. But the problem with the TMP is, as I told before, the ammunition. So that's the reason why you usually want to use up your ammunition for the TMP before you upgrade the capacity, because like that you can save a lot of ammunition, and TMP ammunition is just pure damage. So if you want to have a good time with bosses, try to get a upgrade on your capacity right before the fight with the boss, so you have some free bullets you can use to shoot on them, and maybe you can upgrade it next time you are at the shop again. So what I'm doing now is I'm just running around in this boss fight area and try to collect as much items as I can. Try to stuff as much in my inventory as I can, but as you can see, my inventory is almost full. So here I save 3 bullets for the pistol. Also, I have a lot of pistol ammunition, so in the future I will on that one use a lot of the pistol a lot. So also what I want to talk about is Mendez, because I really like Mendez, and there are several reasons. One of the reasons is he reminds me a lot on one of my favorite BOWs, not unique BOWs in Resident Evil. For those who don't know, BOW stands for bioorganic weapon, and every like enemy, every mutant, zombies as well, they are all called BOWs. So Granadas are BOWs basically, and every monster, every zombie is a BOW. And in Resident Evil 2 there's like my favorite non-unique BOW, which is called Tyrant or Super Tyrant, and there's one specific of them that chases you through the whole game of Resident Evil 2. They are like really huge guys. They are pale and bald, don't have any facial hair or something like that, emotionless faces, and wearing black trench coats, and that guy is like really unstoppable. He gets dropped down by a helicopter, just crashes into the building you are, stands right up and goes after you, and he's really big, really slow, extremely strong. You can't kill him, you just have to run from him the whole game until you finally reach the point where you can throw him in a industrial oven or something like that to burn him, thinking he's dead, but actually the oven only destroys his coat. And the purpose of the coat actually was to seal his true power, because it's easier to control him as long as his true power isn't just free. So you destroy the code by that. So essentially you just make him stronger by throwing him in the giant oven that was supposed to burn him to ashes. and in the end he gets killed by a direct hit of a rocket launcher, if I'm not mistaken. So, and I really like just the design and the concept of that enemy, and even though that Mendez serves a completely different purpose in this fight, as well as his mutation is a complete different, his general design, like, reminds me a lot on them. He got a beard, he isn't that bald, he looks a little bit more humanoid and has more emotions and stuff like that. Um, but he still got a black coat, and I think Mendez just looks really awesome. It reminds me a lot on those Super Tyrants, and I also kind of like the personality of Mendez, the way he like looks down on you, and the way he's really serious. And while he looks down at you, he is kind of the only enemy that doesn't underestimate you. He's a kind of smart guy, even though you don't see it at him at the first time. But actually, Mendez is a really smart guy in the Resident Evil universe. He just takes Leon seriously from the beginning. You saw it in his in the texts, in the messages you found from him, where he was talking about how he doesn't understand why Sadler doesn't want to kill Leon straight away when they caught him where he was unconscious, but he's obeying the words of his master, even though he would rather kill him. And in the end, to be honest, Mendez was right. If Mendez was in charge, Los Illuminados would have won. The world would be theirs. Well, anyways, next part. Pretty funny thing. It's only a really small section before we reach the castle. We already can see it there. That is the castle. And right there's a car that will run the enemies down that you see. And yeah, what we have to do is we have to shoot the driver of that car. I will use a sniper rifle for. And also you can kind of basically take whatever weapon you want. I'm just used to use the sniper rifle for that. The car will run over all the enemies there. And one funny thing is you can equip eggs and throw them like grenades. And they don't really explode, and I'm not sure if they really do damage, even though they have a little bit of damage feedback. If you hit an enemy on the head and then you can run over and kick him, you also can hit an enemy on the leg with the egg, and then you can do the other kick move that I usually use. So what happens right there is in the truck was money and a lot of enemies, and I'm using the sniper rifle, as the sniper rifle shoots through enemies and hits all enemies in a line. As you can see, that's really efficient at this place because it's a really narrow space and they come straight at you. So I just randomly shot into them. I didn't even care for hitting the heads because the sniper rifle does a lot of damage, especially if you upgrade it. And I basically just shot through them and killed them all. A little bit in a similar fashion like Sarah's Victoria from Van Helsing does it when she uses her big ass sniper rifle to shoot through just through masses of ghouls. It's basically the same idea. You don't really have to aim for a vital spot because your weapon does way too much damage for them to sustain it. And yeah, another kind of funny thing will happen any moment. Yeah, what I wanted to talk about. You can throw an egg on the windshield of that car, and then the car will crash. If you don't shoot the guy, don't throw anything at it, the car will kill you, and there's no way to escape it. So, basically, what now happens is there's a cutscene that will be triggered, and in that cutscene, a horde of Ganados is chasing us. And that's a little bit because usually you are meant to flee from the enemies coming out of the truck. I usually decide to kill them because I want the loot, but actually it's intended to run from them, so it's kind of weird that now that we killed all the enemies, there's a huge horde of enemies behind us suddenly. So actually, even if there were that many Ganados, I would have chosen to fight them, and I most likely would have success because you have a lot of options to do aerial damage in this game, and even really huge amounts of enemies can be kind of easy if you get the right tools and know what to do. Anyways, So that's basically it for this episode. Next episode we will go back to our original game file, and I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Goodbye.